Kevin Stefanski talked about Deshaun Watson and what he has seen relative to Watson evolving in the Browns offense.
I think it's a lot of things, simple operation things and in and out of the huddle and getting into the right looks. And for Deshaun or really all the players, but just there's a comfort level that comes with game reps. And there's certain situations that come up in games that you cover a lot in practice. We've covered a lot of situations, and then sometimes situations come up in games that are unique. And it gives you an opportunity to cover them in the moment. And then this morning, sitting down and watching the tape with all the quarterbacks, we can go through all those moments and take our time and talk through them. So I think for Deshaun in particular, but for all our guys, but for Deshaun, getting into these game reps, getting into these situations and understanding why we're calling things and how we're trying to attack the defense.
He talked last night, too, about how the game coming back to him and particularly getting some swagger back. I know he's more of a quiet guy, but are you seeing that in maybe his demeanor as a leader, too, as the weeks go by?
Yeah, he doesn't lack for confidence, and he's a great leader in the building, outside the building, on the practice field, in the locker room. So I do think there's certainly confidence that comes from playing and winning and those type of things. That always leads to confidence.
G. Bush, they only scored 13 points, but you could kind of see he's starting to understand how the offense works. There's that extra level that he's starting to understand. He's going to his second, his third options, those kind of things.
Yeah, and like you said, look, I said earlier, I didn't even see that clip. I haven't seen some of the audio from Kevin Stefanski in some of his sound. But, like we said, you're starting to get some of that swagger back, some of that juice, some of that energy. And that's the type of stuff that you want to see in these last few games. The season, people don't want to hear it, but the season, I call it a gentleman's punt. They really didn't punt on the season, but it was a gentleman's punt. I mean, it's kind of hard to make moves and not know what you're going to do when you don't have your starting quarterback. And I think it was really key that Jacoby Brissett played the way he did, because it was a gentleman's punt. It wasn't no out and out. We were sitting here and we've won 2 games and we're mad as fans, the media, and everybody's in a firestorm. Jacoby Brissett's play kept us in the game enough games where this season has not been a total throwaway. But what we needed to see and what we had to see is the ability for Deshaun Watson to look like a superstar, because that's the only way this is palatable. Because you got to think about it. Most of what we're trying to do is on the coach, which is Stefanski, the quarterback, and if we don't have the pieces and parts, we still need to go to the grocery store and get some more stuff. And if you don't got a number 1 pick for the next couple of years, that puts strain on your general manager. That's going to put strain on your coach. And so you need Deshaun Watson and everything that Kevin Stefanski may be lacking, the rah-rahness, or he may not be very vocal or outwardly. I believe you need people to play their roles. And the role of Deshaun Watson is this. You ain't got to hear from Andy Reid all the time. You don't listen, the way Jalen Hurts is playing, I don't even know who their coach is. But when you got a quarterback and you got somebody putting points on the board, or somebody you can say that's the leader, that changes the whole perspective, and they need him to continue to grow, and he'll get more and more vocal as the play gets better.